Okay, so welcome yet to another module of our mentorship. And today we are looking at LinkedIn, and to take you through is your coach, Samuel Ibanda. Now, before we get into what a good LinkedIn profile looks like, or before we get into how to use keywords on LinkedIn and so on, I would love to just give you a brief understanding of why LinkedIn is important at a time like this, okay? Now, most of you have been on the previous mentorship, that is the one of writing a good CV or a good resume. Now, LinkedIn is actually an online resume or an online CV, okay? And the reason why I'm saying this is because we are seeing that different ways of life are now moving digital, okay? Everything is now moving digital. Even the CVs that we are having are also now moving digital, okay? So LinkedIn is now the digital version of your CV, okay? There are, previously we used to have different other systems that had where you could create your CV online, but LinkedIn has come out to stand out in a way that it is like a new form of digital CVs. And you know, this is a global company, okay? It's just like Facebook, it's just like WhatsApp, it's just like Twitter and so on. So LinkedIn is a platform where professionals create their accounts, okay? And of course, they create them to connect with other professionals. But with that in mind, LinkedIn and of course the recruiters as well came up with a model where they can actually hire from LinkedIn, okay? Where since they know that people upload their profiles on LinkedIn, so they have found a way of actually using the system to be able to hire, okay? And with this means that anyone who wants to position themselves for any kind of job, they may have to think twice, but have a LinkedIn account, okay? Basically, to any professional, a LinkedIn account is not optional, okay? It's not optional because even for normal applications where you asked to apply through a system that is not LinkedIn, there are job applications where they'll ask for a link to your LinkedIn profile, okay? I've had several jobs that have asked me about my LinkedIn profile, okay? In the same way, you can apply for a job through LinkedIn, okay? And I'm going to show you how you can actually do that. You can apply for a job through LinkedIn. If you find a job on LinkedIn, you can actually apply for a job through LinkedIn. There is what we call the quick application, okay, through LinkedIn. And when you do the application through LinkedIn, it means it gives the other person your LinkedIn profile, okay? And that acts as your CV, okay? It acts as your CV, as we are going to dig and understand, okay? Now, for somebody, I think I had, it was Ivan here, Ivan Luzinda, who don't have LinkedIn accounts, okay? Now, to basically, of course, create a LinkedIn account, and we'll basically start right away. To basically create a LinkedIn account, what you basically just do is you just go to your browser, okay? And put in LinkedIn. Get it? You put in LinkedIn, okay? And then click on LinkedIn, login and sign in. Now, in case you have an account, of course, this is where you log in, but in case you're new, you basically click here on join now, okay? So it will definitely here ask you to input your email, okay? It will start with the email. So for example, if this is my email, Samuel.Ibanda, okay, maybe Samuel Ibanda. @gmail.com. Of course, in the same way, this email needs to be your professional email as well, because I'm telling you that LinkedIn is now linked to recruitment systems, that this is the same email, if you apply through LinkedIn, that the recruiter will get back to you, okay? So it's very important, okay? So after I've put in my email and password, I now move to put in my name. You get it? So it will do, it's these are just security check, okay? Just to verify, please pick the image that is in the correct way. This, please pick the image that is in the correct way. This, please pick the image that is the correct way. That, please pick the image that is in the correct way. Up, that. So done with the security check. So it takes me to, I'll save this, takes me to here, asks me my region, that, and I'll say Kampala, okay? Kampala, Uganda. So I'll move next. Now, the reason why I input in the location there is also very important. Not every parameter you're inputting in this, in LinkedIn also affects on the opportunities that might come your way, okay? Because when recruiters are actually are looking for potential candidates, the fields they fill in are fields of, I want an accountant who is stays in Kampala, who has these qualifications and so on. So if you're putting in Kampala, it means that you're able to attract the opportunities, especially around Kampala, okay? So it's very important that you indicate that. So it asks me my most recent job title, okay? Maybe I'll call it, I'll say maybe finance manager, like that. Employment type, full-time, organization, I'll say Save the Children, international, like that. And then industry type, okay, I'll say accounting or NGO, okay? So, and then I'll proceed. So it takes me here to confirm with my email. So I'll just try to look at my email and see what it has sent through. As simple as that, then you'll be able to have your account, as we are going to see. So it has sent me a code. I'll agree and confirm and move. They ask me, are you looking for a job? We can prepare you for your search. Your response is private to you. Yes. What kind of job you're looking for? Now, the reason why it asks you what jobs you're looking for, in case you just knew, is because it wants to recommend to you the jobs that might come around, okay? But also it will be able to give you that badge of searching to the extent that the recruiters can be able to get you through the filters, okay? So for example, I'm looking for finance manager job. Finance manager job. It also gives you other options of which other jobs you may be looking at. Also, maybe I'm looking for accountant, maybe finance analyst, and so on. And then location, I'm looking for jobs around Kampala. You can also add others, maybe if Ginger is part, Ginger, Uganda. I'm also looking for jobs, maybe Nairobi, Kenya, okay? Then it asks you, are you open to remote work? Yes. You move next. Now, like I said, every field you're entering in one way or the other, affects the way your profile is read in the system, okay? So like, I think you can see, get notified when new jobs are posted. So they'll notify me every time there's a finance manager job in Kampala or Uganda. And this has really happened for the other account. Then it tells me here, let your recruiters know you're open to working. Now, those that are on LinkedIn, okay, if you're on LinkedIn already, you must have seen that some people have what we call open to work, okay? They have what we call open to work badges. Of course, some of them may not, let me just try to show you. So this badge of open to work, as you can see, this is Ivan. Ivan put open to work. This badge of open to work is what LinkedIn is asking us, okay? Is asking us if they should let recruiters know that we're actually open to work. And what it will do, it will indicate here what you're open to work for. You get it? Like, what kind of jobs are you actually looking out for? So they'll be indicated here. Now, for example, this one is looking for marketing student roles, okay? So that is the reason why it will ask you. It will ask you that whether you should let the recruiter know. We shall also see it when it comes to existing profiles. But what happens is it's only people with recruiter profiles that are able to see that, okay? And also when you say you're open to work in the same way, like you see here, this will show people using LinkedIn Recruiter that you're looking for a new job, okay? So I'll put it on and then I'll say done and said, great, we are looking for jobs for you. So these are the suggested jobs that they basically do have. They even get here to show me the jobs that are open, okay? There's a finance analyst in Dubai, Nairobi, Kenya, accounts payable. So they will recommend based on my profile, okay? Like I talked of Nairobi, Kenya, so they are showing me opportunities in Nairobi, Kenya. They're even showing me opportunities in Ginger, okay? There's a volunteer accountant here within an NGO and so on, okay? So I'm right here and this is my profile. This is my messaging, like that. So what happens is I'll now come to my profile, okay? And as you can see, my profile is now as basic as you can see it, okay? My profile is as basic as you can see it. Now, of course, if somebody is looking for a job and you want recruiters to check out on you, there are fields that you must really fill, okay? Of course, the first things that you should be looking at. So we have a field of your profile photo, okay? So it tells me no professional headshot needed, just something to represent you. Now, if you can see the recommendations that they're just showing us right there, they should be able to tell you the kind of photo that a good LinkedIn profile should have, okay? It exactly tells you what a good profile photo should be, okay? And I'm going to show you an example. Going to show you an example when it comes to okay, so let's come here. And you know, when we speak of LinkedIn, we are also speaking about it's like your personal branding, okay? It's your personal branding, and by personal branding means what will prompt the other person to check out your profile, okay? Because that is where everything starts from, okay? So as you can see, we have 6 profiles here, okay? So now I'm going to critique some of these profiles. So this one is called Yoro Maiga. So Yoro Maiga, this is what he put. Do you see his profile photo? This is just a part of his face, okay? I hope so, if it's not a road. So that is the profile photo that they put in the system, okay? Totally not professional at all, okay? they actually, I think, just input something as simple as that. Now, I want to go back to other people here. Okay, so we then have this friend of mine. This friend of mine is Niesmana Prudent. Okay, now Prudent, this is a very professional photo. Okay, this photo is very professional, and like we said, any good LinkedIn account, okay, any good LinkedIn account, your photo should take 60%. Okay, your photo should take 60% of the overall space. Okay, and that is why if you have a poor photo, okay, on your your photo is not professional, it's good for you to go to a studio and take a professional photo. Okay, I believe that right here, it's not only him. I'll just show you my profile, my current professional photo. This is my profile. Okay, this is my profile. I think you can see my face. We call this is called a headshot. Okay, it basically shows you with just your shoulders, and the face is very clear and it's professional in nature. Okay, and it doesn't only end to the point of just uploading any photo, but find a photo that represents your profession. Okay, find a photo that represents you, because for example, I'm an accountant, and accountants are seen to put on ties, be smart, and so on. So that is, if you're a lawyer, in the same way, you want to make sure that you have a suit. Okay, it may not be basically a suit. For example, this is a professional photo. Okay, as you can see, it doesn't need to really be basically a suit. Now, why this photo is very important is because in growing your network, okay, in growing your network, the people that approve your connection requests the first thing they will look at is actually your profile photo. The first thing that they will look at is actually your profile photo, and the profile photo will make a decision on whether they should accept your connection or not. Okay, and you see, some of these things seem to be simple, but they are really helpful in the long run. Okay, so make sure that you understand that. So the profile photo is very, very key. As you can see, everyone has their own profile photo. For example, this one took just maybe a casual photo. This is a professional photo, and this is what I would recommend. Okay, this one, this is a casual photo, and this one I think maybe included it because of his profession. Maybe he's a creative. Okay, maybe as you can see from his app, but now you see he's a project officer who should basically show the professional element of him, the other side. Okay, and then also when you apply for jobs through LinkedIn, which we call the easy apply, which I'm going to show you, this is the same photo that goes to the recruiter. And of course, the recruiter is either seeing you as to be a serious person or to be a person who is not serious. Okay, for example, if this person was applying for a job, this guy is called Solomon in Tally. Okay, if this guy was applying for a job and I have another person who has a suit, who has what, the impression in its own I'll get an impression, like a better impression for the person who is in a professional way compared to this one, unless it is their profession. Okay, for example, this person is a customer service. Now, I know most of us have Facebook accounts. Okay, now this photo is best suited for a Facebook account, but not for a professional LinkedIn profile. Okay, because if, for example, you want to connect with the CEO of an organization or the HR manager, somebody may not take you that serious. Okay, and this I'm really giving you from the honest view. So the photo that you should have should be a reflection of your profession. Okay, as you can see, we have very good photos, and don't put a selfie. Okay, for example, this one, put a selfie. let's not be a selfie. For example, I think you can see, you put a selfie and there are other people even in the background, just like that. Now, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's your personal life and it's your life, but at the end of the day, what we are trying to do is we're trying to create perception. Okay, we're trying to create perception. I believe that if some of you, if for example, if it was Perina, Perina, I think is a connection of is my connection on LinkedIn. If that is a kind of photo, or if I had a very short photo, I would not attract you to this mentorship. It's the same thing that happens also when you're looking for jobs, okay? Somebody is trying to, you want something that will interest other person to check you out. Actually, the two things that make somebody check you out. Now, I want to just tell you here why it's important for people to check out your profile. Now, as you can see, over 1,548 have viewed my profile, okay? And this has happened in the last 90 days. Profile views in the past 90 days are 1,548, and this has been a plus 51% since last week. Now, why is this important for me, okay? Now, part of this 1,548, some of them could be recruiters, some of them could be let's say potential people that I can connect with professionally. They can be in different capacities. They could be my peers, they could be my colleagues, they could be, but in the same way, you have a much likelihood that somebody will easily do it, will easily check you out and will either be able to connect with you or not, okay? Now, why it's important for you to have connections on LinkedIn is that anything that you post, anything that you share, these are the networks that are actually able to see exactly what you share, okay? And that's very important. And that why is it really good for you to share maybe on LinkedIn is the aspect of people are able to get a perception of you and are able to get partly some value of what you have to offer, okay? So it's very important that you understand. So you need to upload your photo there. It gives you an option of use camera, but I'll definitely advise you to find a better photo, okay? For example, I have my photos here. Visit the studio and find a photo. So maybe I can input this, okay? And input that. So I can save. So as you can see, it's not a selfie, it's a professional photo, okay? It's a professional photo. So of course it asks you for, it also asks you for this background photo, okay? And the background photo could be, you could show anything that you really wish, but it's professional, okay? As you can see, this is basically to showcase your personality, interests, team moments, or notable milestones, okay? Or notable milestones. Now, if you saw my LinkedIn previously, my LinkedIn profile, I included one of the photos when I was receiving a certificate from one kind of, it was a kind of award, okay? So that is the kind of background that I input, but you can also design your you can also use tools to design the background, okay? And that shouldn't really be very hard. Some people may leave it out, but you can choose, okay? You can choose to, or you can actually find somebody to design it for you, okay? For example, if you're looking for something that is more professional, I'll just show you. This one is she's Fiona Nabasa. She's actually the president, Uganda Law Society. This was something that was actually in her LinkedIn profile, okay, at one point in time, okay? So it really varies. It really varies. And you may leave it out, okay? If you don't have anything that you feel you may want to include, you can really leave it out. It's not very, it's not like a must, okay? That you should really have that. But just in case you want to have it, you can choose to have somebody to design it for you, okay? And right there, you'll be able to have something, okay? I think you can see just from my profile, just to show you a little on my profile. Just a moment. So this is my profile, okay? And I believe that many of you have been able to see this. So this is what I chose to put there. And of course, I put there because this is my work. Like this is the work that I want to portray to the world, okay? This is the work that I want to portray to the world. But you can choose different ways to really design your profile, just something else that, yeah. And this is seen only when somebody visits your profile, okay? So you can maybe put your face here and put what you do and maybe your address, okay? Just like that, okay? So if, for example, I'm positioning myself as an employee, I would put Samuel Ibanda, maybe a certified public accountant, and maybe put my email address and then the telephone number, okay? This I just did it because of my work as a coach, okay? Because that is the profile that I run on all my social media platforms, okay? But if I was in the other capacity of an employee, then I would actually be looking out for something that makes me more professional and makes me more to stand out, okay? So that's important. So if you can find somebody to design it for you, yeah, they can basically design it for you. If not, you can just get one of your photos that is professional also in nature, and you're able to input it there, okay? Yeah. So that is something that you should be able to take home to be able to help you. It could be maybe a photo when you're in office, or really whatever really you might really wish to really include there, or they were giving you a certificate and right there, okay? So for example, I think I've used this before. They were giving me a certificate somewhere. Doesn't fit that very well, okay? But I'll try to include it here. You basically, the reason why whatever you're doing here is you're creating perception, okay? You're creating basically perception. And by creating perception means you want anyone who visits your profile to be able to see something extra, okay? Like the way LinkedIn indicated it, just make something, put something that says more about your interest, about your achievements, and so on, okay? Like that, okay? Now, one of the other things that is also very important is the heading here, the headliner here, okay? And I'll just click on edit. If you already have a LinkedIn account and you want to edit this, just click on this pencil right there and edit it, okay? Now, as you can see here, it gives me the names that I have, okay? In case I have maybe a title, either I'm a doctor or a CPA, I can just add CPA on the last there. Or if I also have an MBA, I'll also add it there, okay? Just for my profile also to stand out, because the first thing the person sees the other side is your name, okay? That's why you see some people have respective qualifications on their what? On their respective names, okay? Now, the same thing here. Now, when it comes to the headliner, this could be your current position as LinkedIn shows it, okay? But you could also, if for example, you're in sales and you want to position yourself into the accounting world, okay? You may put maybe aspiring accountant, whatever it is, okay? or you can say, I'm a finance professional. Okay, it doesn't really limit you, okay, depending. But whatever headliner you should use here is that it should be able to help you position yourself out, okay? Now, if you're an accounts assistant, and you don't want to use the word accounts assistant, you can call yourself maybe a finance professional, okay? A finance professional, or you can call yourself, for example, maybe a finance specialist, because that is your area, okay? It doesn't mean really, the headliner doesn't need to really be your current title, okay? It can be your aspiration, okay? Like, for example, myself, instead of calling myself a finance manager, can call maybe myself a financial management specialist. Anything that makes my title to stand out a little. And how you able to find the right headlines is try to look out for people who are in your field, okay? And see what are they exactly using, okay? But the standard here is you can use your current title, okay? So that is important. And as you can see, it can either be the current title, or it can also be, for example, let me just try to add this. As you can see here, it is asking you also your country, it asks you for your location, asks you for your industry, and then it will ask you for a profile email or WeChat ID, okay? But if you put your email, you come and put here your phone number, your address. Now, all this information is very important because anyone who wants to recruit you will use this information to reach out to you, okay? If they are looking for data, this is the information that it will capture. Of course, LinkedIn also goes ahead to ask for your birth date. Now, the birth date is also very important, okay? Now, this, as you can see, you can choose to whom it can be visible to, okay? But why the birthday is important is if a recruiter is looking for an accountant, and they be also a parameter for age, okay? Say I want an accountant who is between 25 and 35, okay? Now, if you didn't put your years on your LinkedIn, then you find yourself in circumstances where you miss out in some filters, okay? So that is why put it there, and if you don't want other people to see it, just make sure you change here to indicate that it's only you who should see it, okay? But when a recruiter asks LinkedIn, okay, to give them that kind of data, LinkedIn will actually give them that data. So it's important for you to know, okay? So for example, if I was born in maybe January 10th, okay? As you can see, I'll put my phone number there, +25670383255. It asks you work or mobile included there. Then I'll say maybe I stay in Chisasi, Kampala. Okay, it has already picked the email that I put. It takes me back. Okay, first wait. I can apply. Okay, after I've applied, it can ask me about the education. So I can also go ahead to input the education. Maybe this is Makerere University, and maybe this is Bachelor of Commerce. Okay. Now, all this information that you're putting in, by the way, is information that the system will use to, these are the keywords, okay? Whatever you input here are actually keywords that will help the system filter out when you apply for any job through LinkedIn, okay? Yeah, field of study, I can put accounting, okay? Maybe accounting and finance. Month, that one, it asks me start date, okay? Maybe I started in January. This was maybe 2010, and then ended in January, maybe 2015, like that. grade. In case I have maybe a second class upper, I'll include it there. In case you have a first class, include it there. Now, all the grades are also key, but if you have a poor grade, it's okay to leave that out. If you think you don't want to portray that outside, you can leave it out. This is not a must field that should be filled, okay? Yeah. So that is important for you. Just indicate only things that you think may make you stand out. In case you did any activities and so on, you'll include them there. Then you're also able to describe. Now this is very important, especially for people who don't have experience. It helps if you've been a leader, you're able to include it there, okay? And then it has a part here down where it says add a link. Now, adding a link means you're putting an extra evidence, okay? For example, if I have, for example, my transcript, okay, for Makerere, I can add a media here to make life easy for any person who is recruiting. So I can say, upload a media, okay? So maybe I can come to my downloads here and maybe look for transcript. So I have my transcript there. Sorry. So it's right there. So I'll include it there. If at all it makes you stand out, if you feel something that you don't really want to share, it's also okay for you to leave it out, because the other person will be able to see it. So it will ask you the description, you're able to include it there, okay? And maybe you say, final degree transcript, okay? And after that, I could just click apply. You can put activities and societies there. For example, I was a guild education minister. Okay, you put whatever you did. Description, okay. Maybe led the education department of the guild and awarded most, maybe the best minister, okay, of the, yeah, whatever you really want to really include there, okay? So you're able to save it and say it, got it. So as you can see, my profile has now changed. It shows Samuel Ibanda, CPMBA. It shows Save the Children, where I work. It also shows my title right there. It goes ahead to tell that I'm open to work, a finance manager, accountant, finance analyst, and so on. Then it goes ahead. It keeps on giving me different options. Now, the thing with LinkedIn is that you're able to get the options. Make sure that you utilize most of the options on LinkedIn, okay? Don't just do an account that is intermediary. Make sure that you utilize all the fields, okay? So here it shows me add work dates, but Save the Children. So I maybe need to add work dates right there. And then it gives me my dashboard here. And then it asks me my activity, my experience, my interest. Now, some people have LinkedIn profiles that look like this, incomplete, okay? They have LinkedIn profiles that look like this, that are incomplete. So that should give you a background of how to move from the start to creating a LinkedIn profile. Now, the other fields, you keep on adding them, okay? As you can see, start a post, add experience, gives you the interests that you do have, and so on. Now, this is a simplistic, and this is your beginning level. Now we want to move to a professional LinkedIn profile, okay? We want to move to a professional LinkedIn profile. So you can now see what exactly will make somebody visit your LinkedIn and say that you have a serious profile, okay? A serious profile. Now, definitely, as you can see, this is my headliner as myself as a coach, but let me use my colleagues here. My colleague Darius Inkwasiwe is a colleague here. So I can use this to give you more indication from the professional point of view as somebody who is looking for a job, okay? Now, as you can see, this is Darius Inkwasiwe. He put human resources, L&D professional, MBA candidate. Now, if you're doing, for example, MBA and you want to depict that, you're able to include it there. Now, this alone may increase the chances of somebody checking out your profile, okay? Yeah. So, for example, I'll click on it. So for him, he chose to put an inspirational quote, which says, dream what you want to dream, go where you want to go, be what you want to be, because you have only one life and one chance to do all things, okay? That is what he chose to put up. You can also choose to do like a quote, okay? And so Darius Inkwasiwe, as you can see, like he included, this is what he included, okay? Now he went ahead to, whatever you want to show to the world is what you include here, okay? So he included is an L&D professional MBA candidate. He's also a financial literacy trainer, a Toastmaster, loves reading, retractor. That is what he included, okay? But even if he had put, let's say, human resources and L&D professional MBA candidate would also be important, okay? Now he included this just to also show his other interests, okay? Now, of course, in the same way, on LinkedIn, you find people that have a dual interest. They both positioning themselves as people who are looking as professionals who are working, but also have other interests, okay? So you may choose that also as well, okay? So we move down here. So yeah, LinkedIn is just asking me, let me just select that. So here it tells me you both worked at Imprint, you both studied at Makerere. As you can see, LinkedIn is able to connect you with the people that you've worked with and the people that also you've also studied with, okay? And of course, you know what a network does for you, okay? If I connect with somebody I studied with, so somebody knows that I'm actually performing this role, I work for this company, and you never know, at one point in time, that can have a plus onto my connection, okay? Yeah, so important. So he goes ahead to now start with his about, okay? Now, as I indicated earlier on, the photo is important and this headliner is important, okay? And why it is important is that it's the one that makes somebody go to your profile, okay? For example, if I have one of my other colleagues is called Julius Charlie Gonza, okay? Julius Charlie Gonza is, we work with him at Achievers Professional Trainers. So this is what he chose. It's Julius Charlie Gonza, CPA, the Finance and Operations Manager at Geneva Global. So does this interest me to check out Julius? Of course, it will interest me, okay? If I'm looking for somebody in finance manager roles and so on, it will interest me. So I can easily click on his profile here and I'll get here. So he chose not to have a background right here, which has really no problem. And it gets here, as you can see, his name and then the title. Now, on your title, you may choose to also include the company that you're working for. Of course, if you're proud about it, okay? If you're proud about it, you can include it right there. And in the way, of course, to include it, like I showed you, when it comes to your profile, when you're trying to, let's say, edit your profile, okay? When you're trying to edit your profile here, it gives you that option. So when it comes to the headliner, I can say financial management specialist at, let's say, Save the Children. Now, why that one is important, of course, having a name, a company name on your headliner, if your company is a good brand, somebody would want to check you out and say, hey, this person is working for Save the Children. So they want to maybe check you out on that basis. Or if you're working with MTN or whatever you're working with. So you can choose to include where you're working, okay? So that is important for you. So after that, after you've included the photo and these are the things that bring you to now to your profile. And this is when somebody is able to see, for example, your background photo, and then they are able to get down. Now, the first thing that somebody sees on your profile is your about section, okay? Now, as you can see here, this CV doesn't have an about section. This CV does not have an about section. But just in case, I was trying to look at a professional CV, and I'll just get back here. This is Julius, okay? Of course, it's asking me to endorse, okay? I'll endorse him. That is what exactly happens. The reason why LinkedIn keeps on asking you endorse your colleagues or endorse people in your networks is that it boosts on their skills level, okay? If you have a good endorsement from your colleagues of given skills, then it keeps on increasing your ranking, okay? So that is why it keeps on bringing that every time I visit a profile of a colleague of somebody that I've worked with, okay? Yeah, so it has key highlights here and so on. So then it comes to one of the critical parts here, your about section, okay? Your about section. And as you can see, for example, this is Julius. He says he's a certified public accountant with over a decade of experience in financial management from various entities ranging from international non-for-profit organizations to government organizations. He has a rich and varied experience in multiple finance and operational roles. He has abilities to analyze accounting processes and so on. Now, this about section, the things that you should include in this are to do with your skills, your experience, your qualifications, okay? Any recognitions you've had, okay? Your values as well. I think yesterday to those that attended the previous session, is where we talked about the personal statement or the profile, okay? Now, your profile should basically do appear right here, okay? Under your about section, okay? Should appear, whatever you have in your CV, just come and put it here. You can do some modifications. Now, your about section is not like the personal statement in some way or the other, because your personal statement, you keep tailoring it to given jobs, okay? Now, when you're doing your about section, it's a bit in a general because you don't keep on adjusting this, and you also don't know when people will check out your profile, okay? So you basically, the best way to include, what to include when it comes to your about section is look at your skills, what skills you have, and skills that are industry related, okay? Like skills that are around your profession, okay? What kind of skills that people keep on looking at. And like I said, look out for jobs in your profession, okay? And see what kind of skills that they keep on asking for. Those are the skills that should give more focus. In the same way, put your qualifications, the relevant qualifications. Now, why the about section is very important is because this is the first thing somebody will actually read from your profile before they even look at your roles and responsibilities and so on, as you've seen what has exactly happened, okay? So this is Darius, my colleague. As you can see, this is his profile. It seems to be long, but you can see that he's selling himself, okay? As you can see, says Darius is a human resource learning and development specialist with a desire to use his knowledge, experience, and skills to help organizations make the best of their people. His experience spans HR specialists, including recruitment, onboarding, performance management, learning, and development. Now, these are like the kind of the key roles, okay? And also inclining it to the aspect of skills that he does as a profession, okay? So he goes ahead to say he's a member of the Human Resource Managers Association of Uganda, HRMOAU, and goes ahead says Darius has worked with private and public organizations as well as NGOs and helped them develop effective strategies for their HR management and so on. So he goes on. Now, even in the last, he goes on to say Darius was a recipient of Imprint Wow Award 2015. This Employee of the Year award is presented to individuals who consistently achieve high standards of project execution. That is his profile, okay? And not only that, I could just show you my profile right here. And if you've seen my CV, it is not in any way much different, okay? So this is my profile. Samuel is an award-winning finance and tax specialist with a strong financial accounting and financial background. He holds a first-class bachelor's degree in commerce from Makerere University, CPA qualification of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants with several other trainings, including sustainable development with Drake University, USA. Because of his excellent work, he has grown very fast in his finance career. His current role as a partnership finance lead involves taking overall responsibilities and so on. And then I go ahead to also include the systems that I know, QuickBooks, Tally, and so on. Now, the about section is about selling yourself, okay? Include the things that make you stand out, just like the way we do with the personal statement. But like I said, this is basically like, it's a bit generic. And why I'm saying a bit generic is that you don't keep on adjusting it. Of course, if you have an update in your skills, in terms of your competencies, in terms of your experience, you can come and adjust this. But yours should make sure that your profile best represents you. It doesn't matter, by the way. You can have, make sure that whatever you're including on your profile sells you, okay? Basically, a summary of who are you professionally. That is what somebody wants basically to know, okay? I don't speak about my location, where I come from and so on. I'm basically including this, okay? So it's very important that you know. And the best way to create your profile is to look out for profiles also of people who are in your line of career, okay? People whom you see a bit more serious, who are a bit ahead of you. Try to check out their profiles, and those should be able to give you some guidance of how to craft your profile. But if the easiest thing is get your personal statement, and that should be your starting point here, okay? If somebody visits my profile, what do I want them to see? That should be the question that you should answer yourself. What do you want them to see, okay? And then also, when you're creating your profile in the same way, they think the issue to do with the keywords also come in here, okay? Make sure that you're also using the common keywords that are in job descriptions or job adverts of the jobs that you're looking out for as a person, okay? It's very important because when it comes to jobs, some jobs you're going to apply, you use your profile. So your profile will actually go the other side as a CV. I'm actually going to show you something small here. Now, this profile that you're seeing right here can actually, you can turn it into a CV, okay? You can turn it into a CV. So, and you can actually basically, by the way, share this as your CV to the other side, okay? So that is very important that you have to at least make sure that your profile reflects exactly what you want other people to be able to see, okay? It's very important, okay? It is very important. So your about section is very key. So don't just build your LinkedIn profile and end in the middle. Make sure that you keep on building it and keep on adding different things. As you can see, this is my profile strength. It is intermediate and it is asking me to add more information, okay? So you keep on building it, you keep on building until when you're able to have something that is much professional, okay? Yeah. Okay. So once we are now done with looking at the aspect of our headliner, okay, before that, I wanted to show you something here, how actually LinkedIn can be a CV and what CV will go to the other side. Now, when you look at this profile, okay, there's a part for more, okay? This is add section, and then we have more. Now, it asks you, save to PDF, build a resume, okay? If I'm to save my LinkedIn to PDF, you're going to see how it will look like. So I believe you can exactly see how it has transformed itself into what? Into actually sort of a resume or a cover letter, or not a cover letter, but a CV, okay? So as you can see, this is summary, Ibanda CPA finance manager. This is the summary, and then it goes down into about, okay? Gives my about there. Then it goes down onto my experience, okay? It shows my experience right there, okay? For example, this is my professional experience working with Save the Children Partnership Finance Lead. It shows all this information. It goes ahead to show my information as a finance manager. Every role that I have held, okay? It goes ahead to show it. Just like the way your CV would indicate it, okay? Then it goes down to also show my what? My education right there. So you can see how this has actually come up, okay? And I basically just came here and said, save to PDF. Now, when you have a good LinkedIn profile, when you have somebody to ask for your CV very fast, and maybe you don't have, you even don't have time, you can just come to your LinkedIn profile and able to get it and just share, okay, if you've developed it rightly. But also, like I said, when you're applying online, through LinkedIn, the system will turn your profile into a PDF like that. And that is the profile that it will share with the other person. As you can see, it is basically a summary of whatever exactly I have the other side. It has left out the photo, of course, but it will include my contact and email. And that's why you see, sorry, that is why I said when you're inputting your email address and contact details, when you're setting up your LinkedIn profile, it's good for you to use your professional email as well as your normal contact. Even here, it goes ahead to even give my skills. My top skills: strategic planning, financial accounting, capacity building. Now, in most cases, these are the skills that my connections have endorsed me on, okay? These are the skills that my connections have endorsed me on. Then languages, it also indicates what you've actually input, okay? That is exactly what exactly happens right there. Of course, it has also, it has where it tells you build a resume, okay? It asks you to build a resume. Now, there's this part of build a resume. Now, the part of build resume, it allows you to upload your CV, okay? It allows you to upload your CV. Now, for example, you can see I have a CV that I uploaded on, this was January 2021. And then I have another one that I uploaded around May 2019. Now, these CVs are important in a way that when you're applying for the job, these are also the CVs that go to the other side, okay, of where you're applying to. So in addition to your LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn is able to send your CVs, okay? And why am I emphasizing so much about job applications, especially through LinkedIn, is that recruiters have changed strategy, okay? They are tired of receiving several applications and they can't filter out. Now, LinkedIn helps them filter out the candidates that they are looking out for. And that is why you see, I one time showed you one of the messages from one of the people that reached out to me, one of the recruiters, and I'll just show you so you can see. So I showed you this lady's she's a director, operations and shortlist professional, okay, at Shortlist Professional. As you can see, she's a recruiter, okay? She is a recruiter. As you can see, she shortlists, she works with shortlist professionals, and she's a director of Kenya operations, okay? Now, this person, how they came to my profile was through the paid LinkedIn way of shortlisting, okay? So she comes to my profile here and says, hi, Samuel, Solar now has 2 exciting roles in finance that we think you might potentially be a good fit given how impressive your profile is, okay? So it goes ahead to tell me about Solar Now, how it works in both Uganda and Kenya, and then gives me the opportunities that are there. Then I'm able to, says we look forward to reviewing your application and hopefully placing you in a new and exciting role, okay? Goes ahead to include her phone number right there, and also where she, like the recruiting firm she works for. So from here, this has given me a chance to start to see how I start on my journey of getting into, let's say, Solar Now, okay? So it's important. So this was also one of the recruiters that reached out to me. She says, dear Samuel, my name is Shamim and I work for Staffable Africa, a talent and recruitment firm. I came across your LinkedIn profile and I'm so impressed with your skill set. I'm looking for finance manager with your background. I was wondering if you would like to learn more about the opportunity. If so, kindly share your contact and email address to discuss this position, okay? Now, in the same way, this one might have also found out about my profile in the same way, okay? So it's the same thing that you should also know. And usually, these people that use these systems are people that at advanced level, okay? I have this other role also that that also they contacted me through in here. So this is Christelle, and she says she was telling me about the business and so on. But one of the things that she comes here and says, we are targeting seasonal industry experts like yourself that can lead the finance activity venture in Uganda. Your profile is of interest to us, and it's something that, if that is something you believe you are capable or interested in, it would be a pleasure to sit with you to explore the opportunities we have in mind, and hopefully you can find a good fit within your organization, okay? So as you can see, we have different recruiters that are using the system, okay, to be able to shortlist and recruit. And that is why you see I'm emphasizing the issue when it comes to the keywords that you use in your CV, in the skills and so on. Because the same system will have things like, for example, it will be able to get things like the skills that you indicate here, for example, things like Tally, QuickBooks, if you're an accountant like myself, what exactly you're doing, like, for example, I included capacity building, consultancy right here, because that is the work that I've done before, leadership and so on. It will be able to pick up CPA, okay, and so on. Even if you're doing, you're just pursuing your CPA, include it there, okay? Include it there, or you can include it within your education so somebody can know that you actually have. So that is the about section, and that's why it's very important that you keep on including it there. You can actually basically even end with your contact and also email address, okay? If somebody, after reading their profile, you want to make their life easy by including your contact and include your email address. I just include the WhatsApp number and my email address. For you who is looking for a job, make sure you include this as a telephone number, okay, or your contact address, because recruiters are not going to send you through WhatsApp. I included WhatsApp because based on my work as a coach, most of my communications are people contacting me through WhatsApp, okay? So that's why I included it here, okay? So it's very important that you understand that. Now, once you have that in mind, once you've gone ahead to include your about section, and you see I'm trying to use several profiles because I want to give you a picture of what exactly you should be doing. Now, LinkedIn has one of the sections called featured section, okay? And very few people basically use this featured section, but this featured section is actually very important. And why it's very important is because you can showcase some of your achievements right here, okay? Now, for example, Darius went ahead to show one of the certificates. He got a certificate in digital marketing certification. Now, includes relevant certificates, okay? The reason why you're doing that is you want a person who visits your LinkedIn profile to be attracted to read more and to keep more time looking at your profile, and maybe potentially shortlist you or send you a message, or the system can filter you out. And when they filter you out, anyone who checks out your profile is about to see. So put some of your milestones here, okay? In case you have any awards, death certificates, and so on. Of course, you don't want to include so much to do with your primary and O-level those certificates they used to give us for running very fast, okay? You may not include your professional certifications, okay? That you can include here under your featured section, okay? It's important. And all these options, by the way, you get them when you keep on building your profile, okay? For example, I think you can see here it asks me for my work dates, okay? But once you proceed with editing your profile, LinkedIn is able to give, for example, this is my next, but if I'm able to continue with, now it asks me, after asking me to input, let's say, where I'm working, it goes ahead to ask me of my skills, okay? Saying add 5 skills to showcase what you're great at, okay? Now this should be, make sure that skills you're including here are industry-related skills or your professional-related skills, okay? Because those are the same skills that, by the way, are going to appear on your resume or any extract that is gotten from LinkedIn, okay? So get your top skills that are relevant to the line of work that you're doing. If you're a marketing person and you want to switch to an accounting profession, but you have some accounting skills, include the accounting skills, because that is the kind of work that you're looking for, okay? Because here you're also building on the keywords. Now, these keywords are also should be keywords that, by keywords, I mean similar words that you'll find in a related advert for a role in your career, okay? That is why you should include these top skills right here, okay? For that, just imagine like the way your CV is, the same way LinkedIn will also work. Somebody will just check out your profile and you don't know about it, but whatever you included there is what they will pick, okay? So it's important for you to understand that. Then it goes ahead to ask me about my summary. Now, this is where, and it goes ahead to even comment and says, summary is the first thing recruiters look at while viewing your profile, okay? So you're able to add your summary accordingly. So it gives you that part. So I'm able to include my summary. So like I said, yours should be just go and look, for example, look at, just go and get your CV, okay? Get your CV and pick out what you think best represents you, okay? And include it right there, okay? So that's important. So maybe I can try to include that, okay? This is my profile up to there, okay? Like I said, I can include my contact, 703803255, and include also my email, okay? Maybe some, you want somebody after reading your profile and they're interested in you, they should have, by the way, One time I actually got somebody who reached out to me, and they were looking for somebody who is whom they had thought they had the potential to be recruited. Okay, so they were asking me if I have their contact. Okay, so it's very good that you don't forget about having your contact addresses. Okay, so I've added my summary, and as you can see, my summary has now come here. Okay, my summary has come there. So make sure you can include your contact right there to make sure that recruiters are not missing in contacting you. Okay, and these things about, by the way, it's about believing that you can actually do what? You can actually get an opportunity in such a way. Okay, I'm going to show you an example. Okay, why this thing is very important. Now, this is one of the recruiters who contacted me. She's called Monica. She says, hello, Samuel. Good evening, Samuel. I hope you're well. I work as a lead recruiter with Supreme Executives. I'm trying to reach a gentleman called Gerard Oinomugisha, who is one of your connections, for a role I'm trying to fill for one of my clients. Kindly help get in touch with him if you can, perhaps on email or contact, and he gets back to me. So you can see that if you didn't include your contact on your profile, you can actually miss out on what? On opportunities that recruiters even have to look for people who are in your network to reach out to you. Okay, for example, this guy was Gerard Inomugisha, and Gerard, I even don't know Gerard. Maybe we've never met in real life, so I didn't have his contact. Okay, but that is how things can really go. Okay, when it comes to whatever you input on the system. Okay, so that is why it's very, very important that whatever you're including on LinkedIn best represents you. So that is what I'll basically include. So if somebody reads this and they're interested, I can include my contact there. Okay, I can even go ahead to put maybe to not restrict international offers as well. Put the +256. Okay, like that, and then save. Okay, so you keep building. After asks me my skills, so I can add my skills. So it comes here, add your skills, gives me accounting, and accounting is one of the skills. Finance is one of the skills. So LinkedIn already has inbuilt skills, okay, that you can select from. QuickBooks is one of the skills, okay. SAP Financial, I can also put the skills. Now, you can, do you know what this, what LinkedIn is actually doing? LinkedIn is actually looking through my profile. All these things are actually within my profile. And that's how our actually systems work. All these things, leadership, QuickBooks, SAP Financial, strategic leadership, are all in the profile, my about section, management, CPA, and so on. And these are the same skills that the other person who is recruiting will look out for. You get it? So you're going to see here. As you can see, the CPA is right there. The QuickBooks is here. You see SAP Financial is here. QuickBooks is here. Tally, Aggresso. It has picked out. Leadership is here. Strategic leadership, it has picked it out. So that's how systems work. And in the same way, for somebody who is shortlisting, those are the kind of skills that they are going to be able to pick from your profile, even without visiting your profile. The system will be able to say that this candidate has these skills. So if you're looking for somebody with maybe accounting skills, you're looking for somebody with, let's say, skills in SAP. SAP is one of the accounting systems. If you're looking for somebody who has maybe skills working with Tally, maybe financial systems, okay? I can also choose also leadership, okay? I can also choose finance, okay? So I know that that is what I basically do have. And if you have any other skill, you can include it here, okay? Other than what is there. For example, if one of the skills that I do have is, let's say, budgeting, I'll include it there, okay? If I also have a skill in, let's say maybe analytical skills, I'll include it there, okay? Maybe also financial analysis, I'll include it there as well, okay? As you can see, they're already ticked. So make sure that you look out for those skills. And I already told you how to get these skills. Go look out for the job adverts, okay? And look at the skills section, the qualification skills section, and you're able to include the respective skills, okay? And then I'll say add to profile. So it will create addition, as you can see right there. So when you come to your CV here, there's a part of skills and endorsements. So these are the skills. Now, as you can see, right now they don't have, as you can see, it goes ahead to break them down, okay? And it has, okay, the accounting, finance, then it has industry knowledge. As you can see, industrial knowledge have financial systems, analytical skills, budgeting, and financial analysis. Then I'll go to tech tools and technologies. It has Tally, okay? In case I've now remembered that I should include Microsoft Excel, because it's very key to my what? To my profession. I may choose to come and let's say add it or add a new skill, okay? So add a new skill, I can come and add Microsoft Excel, okay? I can even see if they have advanced Microsoft Excel. Okay, they only have Excel, so I'll include Excel. In case I know any other, maybe let's say, what other skill that I can speak about? Maybe teamwork, okay? Especially when it comes to the soft skills, make sure that you balance also with the soft skills. I can also add communication based on what the employers are asking for in my network, okay? So communication right there, then I'll save, okay? So once I save, it's able to pick, I think you can see, it goes ahead to say interpersonal skills and then says other skills, okay? Now, other skills, these are skills that it doesn't have in the category, okay? But since you included it there, it will do. Remember, the first suggestions it gives you are the suggestions it picks from your profile. For example, the SAP Financial, it picked it from here, okay? So you can edit and include what you want to include or not. I think you saw the document when it came to education. Remember last time it asked me to upload a media file. So I was able to upload my degree, okay, transcript here. Now, if I want people to see my degree publicly, okay, that is why it is included it here, okay. Though this is not really very much important or common, okay. At least once you put your education, somebody, in case they need your academic credentials, they will be able to ask for them, okay? So this may be only for people who are like, let's say, just out of university, so they want to at least have something that they can basically show. So as you can see, it now, it shows my transcript right there. If this was a certificate, well and good, okay? Yeah, in case somebody wants to basically see this, they can be able to see it, okay? Basically see my transcript right there. They can even download it, by the way. It has a portion for download, okay? So they can be able to download and see exactly what they are looking out for. So that is very important for you to pick, okay? Asking me work dates. Work dates are good because they help you with knowing your years of experience. Now, if somebody is looking for somebody, maybe they are going to use LinkedIn to shortlist. They will put filters in terms of how long somebody has worked, okay? So if I don't have anything on my CV, then it affects me. So for example, if I started working in April 2017, okay? Start date is April. Okay, this is end date, okay? End date, I may not include it there. I can just say I currently work there, okay? And says update my industry, okay? Update my industry. I may want to update and say maybe I work in non-for-profit organization. Now, your industry is very important because some recruiters are looking for people who are working in given industries, okay? If you're working in a bank, make sure that you select, let's say the banking industry, okay? You know, it's not just about being an accountant, but being an accountant of a given industry. So try to look for something that best fits that, okay? So I would say add to profile, okay? So it says, looks good. We have updated your position. Got it. It goes ahead to now include. So it includes finance manager, 4 years with education, skills right there, interest, and so on, okay? So no one has viewed my profile. My profile is 0, okay? Now, if I want to view this profile from the other side, I'll just come and let's say, I'll go to the other side. I'll come right here. So I want to check out somebody called Samuel Ibanda. So Samuel Ibanda he's right here, okay? So this is how the profile look to the other external person, okay? So it's able to show my profile as well. But even before that, as you can see, it shows Samuel Ibanda, financial management specialist. Then it goes ahead to tell me Kampala, Uganda. That is my location, okay? Right there, my about gives me my education, and then goes ahead to give me the skills as well, okay? It gives me the skills as well. Now, the reason why we have skills and endorsement is because usually people that you connect with are the people that endorse you, okay? As you saw, every time I try to visit the profile of somebody that is in my network or that I've worked with, it goes ahead to ask me if I should endorse the other person, okay? So that is why that comes up. So for example, when I'm here, I visit this Darius's profile, it can ask me for endorsement here, okay? Because I've already endorsed him, so it will not show me, but it always asks such, okay? So that's very important. Now, after you've input where you're working, what is important also is what you include under your experience here, okay? Remember, if somebody has seen your profile, has read your title, they are now moving, okay? They have read your summary, they have seen your featured section here. Their interest is also to look at and see what exactly are you doing, okay? Now, one of the things that you need to know is that here you also trying to develop sort of a CV, okay? That the other person can be able to see and feel like this is a person that I should be looking out for, okay? So you can include your roles and responsibilities, okay? You can go ahead to add your achievements as well, okay? Right here, as you can see, but also being mindful of the kind of job that you either want to move to, or be mindful of the keywords and include only relevant roles and responsibilities as well as relevant achievements, okay? And really what you want to basically share, okay? For example, this is Darius, HR Officer Learning and Development at MTN Uganda. He initiated and successfully implemented a personal development challenge involving over 500 staff, increased the usage of company's e-learning platform by over 200%, creating challenges aimed at fostering a learning spirit amongst MTN Uganda staff, facilitated end-user training for more than 200 staff to adopt to a new human capital. As you can see, he's trying to use parameters, okay? And he's trying to include the work that he has done in terms of what? In terms of the achievements, okay? So that is why you should also think about your side and see, how can I put what I'm exactly doing, okay? Can I include these in terms of, let's say, achievements? Can I include them in terms of, but of course, what you're doing is you want to portray the right picture to the other person, okay? Who wants to recruit, okay? Or even the systems to be able to filter you out, okay? Yeah. So as you can see, how the experience section is very key. Now, in the same way, the experience section has to have the keywords that are within your career, okay? Things like, maybe if you're an accountant, at least should have reconciliations, bank reconciliations, should have things like maybe statutory maybe taxes that you're failing, things like maybe things like, let's say, preparing financial statements or cash flow statements and so on, like that, because those are some of the things that they'll be able to pick out from the other end, okay? Yeah, you can also include other roles where you have been, okay? Other positions, of course, just like the way your CV is, you include them there. Then you come to your education. As you can see, education, you went ahead to also include a certificate here, okay? This was a field study certificate, okay? Include any other short courses where you've been. Then also get down to certifications or licenses. As you can see, he has these respective certifications. Now, LinkedIn gives you that platform where you can put your certifications, for example, okay? And then move down. It also has a part of volunteer experience. So you're able to, just in case you have any volunteer experience, of course, this will also be at the advantage to you, okay? Like I said, for example, if you're not having maybe experience in a given field, but you've maybe volunteered in the similar field that you want to go to, it stands out more, okay? It stands out more. So make sure you use these fields. Some of the fields, I've not used them, okay? But make sure that you use whatever feature is on LinkedIn to your best, okay? Based at least on your career and so on. As you can see, after you've put your skills, it also now comes to the endorsement. So for example, Darius has been endorsed by 51 people on this skill of management, okay? Now, endorsement, you don't have control over endorsement because it's people that visit your profile that are able to endorse you, okay? And LinkedIn will give them that prompt of endorse this person, okay? So as you can see, he has been endorsed by Enoch Kukiriza, who is highly skilled. So LinkedIn will also rank your skills based on the endorsement. As you can see, 51, 33, 23, and so on, okay? But if you just expound, these are the skills. So just put them there. And if you get endorsements, well, and because in most cases, the people that are asking for endorsement to endorse you are people either who you worked with or you've studied with before, okay? Yeah. So it's very important. And then once you've done your skills section rightly, the next part of this is your recommendations, okay? The next part of this is your recommendation. Now, the recommendations are very key. Why? Because they add it's basically, it's like another external party who is giving confidence of on your profile. Okay. For example, I one time, I think I endorsed Darius. This was in 2014. I worked with him. So I came and says Darius is a good team player, result-oriented person, and somebody who is passionate about his work. Okay. And one of the other person came here and says Darius is an excellent team player, an enthusiast of personal development. He's an individual capable of inspiring, transformative change in an organization or group, and so on. So this is all to the person who views your profile. They're able to see, okay, this person is actually good. It convinces, by the time somebody has reached your recommendations, they're just looking for somebody to give more confidence of what they have seen up. Okay. So recommendations are very key. At least have one. Okay. And use your colleagues, use your friends to be able to give you some of these recommendations on your profile. It adds more value on your profile. When somebody visits it, it makes the profile more strong. Okay. Yeah. So that is really very important. Sorry. Okay. That is very important. And then, of course, it also has a part for accomplishments. Now, also make sure that you include any accomplishments. So we have courses that you've accomplished, as you can see. And then it has the languages come in here. Of course, the languages here would be very key if at all somebody is looking out, depending on your role. Okay. Some roles, if you have a good language, it makes you stand out better than other people. Okay. So that's very important here. As you can see, put English, Luganda, Rutoro, Ruchiga, Runyankole, and so on. Then it asks you for honors and awards. If you have them, include them there, because those also increase on your CV. This is like your CV, like we've said, okay? A most outstanding book club, Imprint 2-hour award, and so on. Then it also has projects, okay? And then lastly, it has interests. Now, interests, these ones may not really be very much important, because LinkedIn keeps on updating them based on your interests. Okay. Yeah. So once I come to Darius' profile here, by the way, it can allow me to save his profile into a PDF. Okay. And why it allows me is because if I'm a recruiter, I need to be able to have his profile easier to submit it, maybe for my shortlist. Okay. So this is how his profile would basically look like. This is what his profile would look like. As you can see, okay, he has a more detailed profile. So his name right there, his headliner, his summary, the contact is right there. The top skills, as you can see, the top skills are the skills that he has been endorsed more, okay? That appear here. Languages appear there. Certifications right here. Honors and awards are right there, okay? You see? Goes his experience listed well and good, goes ahead to down to whatever he has put the other side will be here, okay? His education, as you can see, comes out last, okay? So it's basically his CV. So a recruiter may not even struggle to ask for your CV, may just come to your LinkedIn profile and able to get this profile from there, okay? And that is why I'm saying that your LinkedIn is like your online profile. It's your online CV, okay? If you craft it very well, it increases your chances of actually standing out at any point in time. And you don't know who is visiting your profile, okay? Because like I showed you on my profile, that I have over 1,500 people that have actually looked out for my profile, okay? As you can see, this is Anthony. I think, Anthony, we are with you as part of this session. You've just checked out my profile, okay? And I think, I don't know if this is Albert Mokasa. At least I don't think Albert Mokasa is with us. Okay, but he has also just checked out my profile. So yours is to ask yourself, why are people checking out my profile? For example, this guy is the head of technology at NCBA Bank. Different reasons why somebody may really check out your profile. And I want to tell you that what attracts people to check out my profile, especially for me, is because I'm active on LinkedIn, but also because of the professional outlook of just my photo, as well as being able to put the headliner that makes them feel like this person is more responsible. Okay, because just know, if somebody visits my profile, it means that in one or the other, maybe they can get in touch with me. Okay, and this is the same thing for people who have a business orientation. Okay, even if you, like, for example, myself, I'm a business person. Okay, I do my coaching work, and that is why I exactly do what I'm doing this. And that's why I position myself in that capacity. So people who visit my profile are able to give me leads. Okay, like I've indicated, some of you we connected here because you've actually been as part of my profile. Okay, so that is why it is something that should come. Okay, so I'll be answering the questions shortly. Don't worry. So that is something that comes out. And one of the other things that also you should be able to know when it comes to your LinkedIn profile is the posting. Okay, the postings that you make. Now we have this part called the activity section. Okay, we have the activity sections, and it is based on what you post, okay, on your LinkedIn profile. Now, depending on what you're doing, okay, I would say that let me use the other profile. Let me use this other profile that we're building. Okay. Now, depending on your field, okay, depending on your field and depending on whatever you're doing, you can try to see what kind of subjects you want to make sure that you post on your profile. Because in the same way, the people that visit your profile are able to see some of these articles coming up. Okay, so for example, as you can see right here, when I come to let's say more, of course, like I said, you can save to PDF, you can use it to include your resume and so on. If you want to be hired, right there, and this is your dashboard and so on, and this is your about section. So we have the activity section here, so you can start a post. Now the reason why it's good for you to post is that once you post, okay, once you post, LinkedIn increases we call it algorithm when it comes to online networks. LinkedIn increases your visibility, okay? And whatever you post, people are able to see these posts in the feeds, on their feeds, and it's able to interest them, okay? So it's very important. And if you're a person who is, let's say, let's say an accountant or an auditor. For example, I'll show you one of my friends here. I'll just share it from the other side. Yeah, make sure you post any questions that you might have, okay? This person is Eric. Okay, this guy is called Eric. Eric is one of my friends. He's a business performance and analysis at NCBA Bank. Now, if I visit his profile here and I look at his previous activities, now previous activities are what you've created, shared, commented on in the last 90 days. Now, why this field is important is because recruiters also would love to see what do you post about, like what is you know, what you post about is like what your knowledge, okay? Like what people try to think that you actually know much better, okay? And that's why you see when it comes to here, when I click on articles, for example, for Eric, he comes and posts something to do with why internal audit is important for your business, okay? And it also posts something to do with risks between KPIs. This is risk management. Then he also posts, this is transformational. It could be basically, and then he also goes ahead to also post about. Now, if I know Elk has an audit background, and he made those posts when he was an auditor, okay, in the respective audit firms. Now, once Eric posts such things on his timeline, anyone can be able to find these things after any point in time. But also, what exactly happens is, if I'm looking for an auditor, I'll try to look at what is really Eric is called, what does he really want to mean in this post, okay? So there's the way it reflects that maybe he's knowledgeable in this subject, okay? So make sure that you're posting at least often on LinkedIn, okay? Things that are in line with your career. And that's why you see, even if you have, let's say, a sales background, you can, if you have knowledge of accounting, you can be able to post that kind of information. Now, LinkedIn keeps on uplifting your profile, okay? Even when somebody's searching for people in your field, in one way or the other, LinkedIn is able to look at also the articles that you've posted and so on. It's able to put. So we have articles. We also have posts, normal posts, okay? We have normal posts that you can basically share something for from maybe from another profile, but make sure at least you're posting something, okay? I'll give you an example that myself, I'm a coach, and most of my work, you'll find that most of the people, even the people that I'm having part of the conversation today, okay? Or if you're watching this, maybe a replay, or you're watching this from a course format, you might have connected with me because of my posts, okay? And that's why you see when you come here, when I look at my activity, if somebody wants to learn something from me, they just come to my posts, okay? And they'll find a lot of information that I've posted. Now, some of my posts will even attract a good number of people, okay? That some of these good number of people come back to my inbox. Now, it's the same thing for you who is searching for a job, okay? For example, this post I posted about how to create, how to position yourself on LinkedIn, okay? Now, the things that you post on LinkedIn, this post attracted over 86 people. 86 people liked this post, and were also able to comment. Now, what you should post on LinkedIn is based on who is your audience, okay? You know, when it comes to online branding or personal branding, you should ask yourself, who is your audience? Now, my audience are my coaching clients, people who want to improve their lives in the areas of career, in the areas of personal finance, in areas of business, okay? Those are the areas that I basically engage in. And that's why you see my posts will be around those respective subjects, okay? And also based on when you see me posting more about maybe career, and maybe I have a career mentorship coming in. So I want to basically get my audience to understand more about this subject. You know, there's what we call value. And I want to tell you that even when it comes, some of you that follow me on Facebook, you even be able to see the work that I actually do on Facebook. Now, once you post about something, you're in the mind of the person who is checking out. You know, we are living in an era of the social network. Now, whatever you post is what somebody, like if for example, I'm asked about somebody who is good at accounting. If I've seen some posting about accounting, it's much likely that I'll recommend some. For example, today I was actually in office and somebody asked me to recommend somebody who can train them in QuickBooks, okay? And I'd seen one of my friends here is actually he was actually one of my students, okay? So I saw him about some days back. He posted that he also does. I also teach QuickBooks, by the way, but because it was the organization I was working for, so I didn't want to have conflict. So I remembered my friend who had posted about QuickBooks, okay? And I was like, oh, this person actually posted about QuickBooks. And I had, the good thing is that I had their number, okay? So I reached out to them and asked them, please apply for this thing. It will work for you. It will work for you. And let me just show you what this is actually what he posted on his profile. This is what he posted, and he posted this around 18th September. So I saw it. Now, what you post keeps in the minds of people that see. Okay. So immediately when I thought about, when somebody asked me about somebody who can teach QuickBooks and it was some short kind of contract, I immediately thought about this guy. I was like, this guy posted and he has been my student before. So I immediately reached out to him, even included a phone number here and contact. I just called him, and the reason why I've even come to Facebook here that we are looking at LinkedIn is because when we speak about LinkedIn, the aspect of personal branding comes in. You're basically trying to position yourself to the outside world that doesn't see you, okay? So as you can see, if this is my Facebook, you'll be able to see that the things that I post, just like the way my LinkedIn looks like, you'll be able to find similar things on my Facebook, okay? You'll be able to see the same seriousness of a person or either on my LinkedIn or the other side. And the things that I post are things for my audience, okay? Are the things for my audience. Now, my audience are my coaching clients. Now, to you who is looking for a job, okay? Your audience is basically who? The recruiter. So yours is to be in the mind of the recruiter and ask yourself, what would the other person be looking out for from me who is looking for a job? So instead of posting on LinkedIn and say, I'm searching for a job, share with us content to show us that you actually know the job that you're searching for. If I'm an accountant, I'll post about maybe the best accounting softwares that you need to look out for. Somebody knows, hey, this person knows about these things. Maybe how to do bank reconciliation, simplistic things, as you may think they are simplistic, but somebody's seeing, maybe an HR manager is seeing and like, but this guy who usually posts about accounting things, maybe we may think about them, okay? So as like that, okay? So it's very important for you that you understand some of these things. And like I said, if there's anything that you can take away from my session is that everything that you do on LinkedIn has this, like everything that happens to your life has a science to it. Like opportunities don't just find anyone, but opportunities find people who are prepared, and opportunities also find people who have positioned themselves in that way, okay? So that's why it's very important. And that's why you see, when I was searching for jobs, okay, my LinkedIn profile has changed now, okay? But times when I was searching for the jobs, those are the things that would attract people to actually come to my LinkedIn profile, okay? Yeah. So that is why it's very important that you be intentional about your LinkedIn profile. And everything, by the LinkedIn ads, like keeps on giving you recommendations. For example, here it tells me when I come to my profile here, it tells me to add what? To add a section. Anything that I want to add that as a section. So it asks me, do you want to add an intro? Do you want to add an about? Do you want to add a featured? Do you want to add a background? Do I want to add a work experience? Do I want to add a certification? So anything that I want. So for example, if I want to add a certification, I'll definitely click right there, okay? And say certification, and say maybe I just add a certification, let's say maybe in investigation, financial investigation, and I'll say this is financial investigation, okay? This is the advanced investigation certificate, but mine is not advanced investigation certificate, okay? Issuing organization is Save the Children that issued me, because I just did a training internally. And this I did it in August, entire year. This one I did it in 2020, okay? Expiry date, I will not include. Credentials, if there's a credential ID on the certificate, I'll include it. If there's a credential URL that I can direct people to let's say, if it's, for example, I think you've seen it when it comes to, let's say, LinkedIn, somebody can click on the URL and go and see your certification on the other page, okay? And so on. So I can be able to include there. So you keep modifying according to what best suits you, okay? So when I come to my certification here, it will definitely include the financial investigation certificate, okay? So include whatever you feel like that you should include. As you can see, I also, right here, I also had projects, okay? I had projects that I included right here. I was a team leader at Vodafone, in the Vodafone Uganda University Graduate Program. I was a team leader in the Total training for finance, for 9 finance managers. I was also a project manager in the development of feasibility study and business plan for Sitema University. Okay. I was also a project manager in developing the Imprint Uganda budget control systems and so on. So LinkedIn has a lot that you can actually add on your profile. Like I said, think about the people that are in your audience, your recruiters. They'll be able to guide you accordingly, okay? So as you can see, different of them, you can even add additional information just in case you have any, okay? Yeah. And then you can be able to, by the way, for recommendations, you can request recommendations, okay? You can request, for example, Darius here gave me a recommendation, says this was in 2016, says Samuel is a very materials financial specialist. He's a very good team player and is always there to support his colleagues to reach their potential, okay? So I can ask for recommendation, for example, from, let's say, Perina, okay? So I can say now Perina should give me a recommendation, okay? And they'll ask me the position of, select your position at that time. This is the position that I'm asking for, my mentorship position, okay? They're asking me about the relationship with Perina. Perina managed you directly, reported directly. Perina was senior to you. You were senior to Perina. You worked with Perina in the same group. Perina worked with you, but in different groups. Perina worked with you, but different companies. You were a client of Perina. Perina was a client of yours. So I'll click. Or there is even actually somewhere where, say, Perina mentored you, okay? So if Perina was my mentor, I'll put there. Or if you were a student together, I include there, but I'll include Perina was my client. And from there, I'll say next, okay? So it will just ask me to put a light, okay? Like something small and say maybe, hi Perina, could you write maybe you were a part of my mentorship session. Could you write a recommendation for me as a mentor? As a mentor, okay, like that. Now, these are people you've worked with, like your bosses, your colleagues, and so on. You ask them, okay? So it will send. Now, Perina will get an indication the other side that I've actually asked for a recommendation. If you want many of them, you can send to many people so that if you get at least 2 or 3 people, well and good, okay? So that's very important. So, and like I said, ask for recommendations still in the same way. Like what kind of recommendation do you want somebody to give you, okay? So that's why it's good to do that, okay? So, so there are many things. It's a learning process. This is a system. that you don't learn in one day, but you keep learning there and there. And the best way that I've learned about LinkedIn is checking out other people's LinkedIn profiles to see how is it laid out. And when I'm able to pick out something from one other person's profile, I'm able to add on my profile. And that's how I move, okay? Yeah. So let me try to look at some of the questions here. So if you have a question, you can post it right here. And one of the things that we shall be doing, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, one of the things that you should be doing is that after this session, at least tomorrow, create a LinkedIn profile. You can be able to share with me at least a link to your profile, and I can critique it for you, okay? I can critique it for you. Somebody says, how about badges? I don't know what kind of badges you mean, but badges could come in terms of, could be about, now LinkedIn has courses and also has assessments. You can actually take a LinkedIn assessment, okay? Somebody says the open to work. Now, open to work, the open to work badge, if I want to put the open to work badge, what I'll do, I'll come here and asks me open to. So I'll put open to finding a new job, okay? When I click on the word open to, it will ask me to open to finding a job or open to hiring, okay? I think that's why you see some people have hiring badge and other people have the finding a new job, okay? So I can click on finding a new job. And then it asks me, tell us about what kind of work you're open to. So I'm able to add the title, okay? And let's say maybe I'm looking for CFO, okay? And maybe I'm also looking for head of finance. Okay. I'm also looking for finance manager. Based on your desires. And like I said, if somebody is looking for somebody who is looking for a job, these are some of the things that, and also LinkedIn will recommend you jobs that are in that line, okay? Yeah. So location that I would want, I would include also Kenya. I can also work in Kenya, okay, like that. And then I will include, I say I'm open to work, okay? Then it says me, start date, I'll say immediately. Say flexible, I'm casually browsing. Asked me full-time, contract, part-time, internship, temporary, and that. And then what I'll basically do is I'll add to my profile, okay? Now, here it says that choose who sees your open. You may decide if you want only recruiters on LinkedIn or members to see this, okay? So I can choose here and say, I say all LinkedIn members. I can include it there. And after that, I can just add it to my profile, and definitely my thing will now look, I will now get a badge, okay? If I want to make a post about it that I'm searching, it will ask me to start a post, okay? And tells me, hi everyone, I'm looking for a new role and would like to appreciate your support. Thank you in advance for any connections, advice you can offer, open to work, like that. Then it tells me which roles I'm looking for, okay? And as you can see, I'll discard that because I don't want to share. So my badge now has open to work, okay? So I hope that is what I think Michelle and Ivan were asking for, okay? So that's how Micah badge would look like. So that in case I'm in another account, for example, let's say I'm in this account and somebody is searching for Samuel. So it will be able to, it should be able to run. So this is my profile from the other side. So it shows Samuel Ibanda. I may want to follow him, okay? It tells me that he's open to financial officer, head of finance. As you can see, to me, who is also into service business, I have what my services are. but this should be basically for somebody who is really in the business world, okay? So it basically just shows me the profile of somebody under here up to down, okay? So whatever you put on your profile can be seen by anyone, okay? So that is what exactly happens. And in the same way, I'll tell you that one of the other things that happens in the search thing here, okay? I can come and say CPA accountants in Uganda. And this is some recruiters who don't want to pay LinkedIn do like this. They come and say CPA accountants in Uganda, like that. So it says CPA accountants in Uganda. So you see what it has brought to me. It has brought to me people, okay? So I can click on people. I'm looking for people. So these are the people that it has brought to me who are CPA. And the way it has brought to me is because most of these people have it in their what? In their bio, CPA, okay? Like that. But you know, LinkedIn, even before I select people, LinkedIn asks me about posts. If you want somebody who posts about CPA Uganda, if I'm looking for jobs, I also find it there. It asked me about all filters. So it can even bring me all filters here and ask me for things like you're looking for somebody who is in Kampala, Uganda. You're looking for somebody who is working for a given organization, okay? It asks me past company that somebody is working for. Somebody who is working for, who went through Makerere, who is maybe working in, let's say, an accounting field, somebody who can speak English, okay? And then it asks me here, somebody who is open to pro bono consulting and volunteering, or joining a non-profit board, service category. And then I can also come and include, it asks me keywords, okay? What kind of keywords should it look like? So maybe I'm looking for a finance manager, okay? And then I'm looking for somebody who has maybe Makerere. And maybe you could put a company. Maybe I'm looking for somebody who has worked with Save the Children. Okay. If I want to filter out given companies, maybe I have a given company that I'm targeting. Okay. If I have one of the names, I can include, maybe I can say, maybe I'm looking for Samuel. Okay. Or maybe one of the names. Okay. And then I'll say show results. So it tells me no results because I've put a lot of filters in it. Okay. But ideally, by just putting CPA accountants in Uganda, you're able to get. So some recruiters use this approach. So from this, I can now start checking out profiles, okay? So I can now say, this one is LinkedIn member, he has no name. This one is, I can check him out. I can also check out this other LinkedIn member. He has an open to work badge, so maybe I can see what exactly is there. This one is also a LinkedIn member, is a certified public accountant. I can also look around. This one is ongoing CPA at certified public accountant. I can also look at them. And then I can also search for somebody who is, let's say, who, let me also search for this lady. She's a small business owner, like that. So it brings their profiles. Okay, it says me don't have access to this profile. The reason why it's telling me I don't have access to this profile is because I'm new. I'm actually using an account that I've just opened. Okay, so if I was searching this from my account, you're going to see this account that is live. If I was searching for accountants in Uganda, so as you can see, it tells me now who comes first on the list is based on what they really have. Okay, so as you can see, we have this one. I cannot even see the photo. Okay, I can try to go to each of their profiles and we shall see from there. So we have it's now going to open. It's opening because I have what? I'm already a LinkedIn user who has who has grown a given profile on LinkedIn. So this is Richard. He used, the photo is a bit okay, but the lighting was not really good, so I may not see his face clearly. He has no summary. He has no about section, okay? And then we move to experience. He has a senior accountant at Mantrack. And this is his profile. He's pursuing, he has a master's, he has a CPA, SEC, and so on. So I can reserve this one, okay? But also, if I want to contact him, let me see if there's any contact. I really don't have any contact to contact him, okay? Okay, there's actually contact information here. And the only contact information that is on his is actually his LinkedIn profile alone. So I can only send him a message. But even for LinkedIn, if I don't have a premium account, I cannot send who? I cannot send Richard and let's say message. So that alone lets Richard for the opportunity that I may want to give him, okay? That's why you see your about section, at least include your contacts, okay? Or even when you're filling in your information, at least make sure that you include your contact. In the same way, I move to the next person. Now this is Brenda Kisach. As you can see, Brenda even started her name with small letters, okay? She's Brenda Kisach. She's a certified public accountant of Uganda. Of course, based on the profession, I may not be looking really for people who know English and so on, but on a general, when I look at your CV, I should be able to, okay, or resume, I should be able to get something that makes me feel like I need to see this person, okay? So for example, she says, I'm a very hardworking person, team player with great passion in accounting and finance, backed by a desire to change and create efficiency. I'm a proud August 2018 ISPA Financial Reporting Prize winner. Okay, so it's a simple profile, but this she goes ahead to include something to do with that. So I know that, okay, this person is may not be serious here, but maybe they are serious in academics. So I can check out their profile, and that is how they basically put any photo right there, okay? And then I'll move to the next person that I selected. This one is, she's called Francine Doreen, okay? Just check out their profile, how they look like. Of course, this is not really to be what, I don't know what to say, but the platform has a photo. So anyone who checks out your profile will definitely want to look at your face as well, okay? So she has her small about section, as you can see, very small. She says she's a confident seeking for a career that will expose her in challenging environment where innovation and creativity has given her room. Now, and says applying my skills in improving capacity. Now she has not included for us our skills, okay? Now you get down into her experience. She tells us about experience, accountant right there, and then she goes on and so on like that, okay? So those are just the first key people that have come out from the list. So I can go on and keep on looking at the profile. Now this one will attract me because of the photo. I'll try to look at it and see. This guy is called Jimmy Kahuma. His photo was attractive. Okay, activity there. He's the head of audit, Uganda Human Rights Commission, and so on, like that. So see how you want the other world to see you, basically. Okay, yeah. So very important. Let me speak about finally conclude with applying through LinkedIn. Okay, so we have let me click here on my network. Now, of course, build on you can build on your network by clicking on the network page. Okay, let me use this other profile. So if I want to apply, I'll click on the job section. So I'll come here. It has different jobs, okay? So they have an accountant here, Trilogy remote crossover. I'll click on it, okay? And this one. Now, as I click on this role, definitely I'll try to see if I match what they are looking for down, okay? So they are looking for somebody who has SCCS, CPS, CIMA, okay? Somebody who has other kind of skills. So you can see these are the responsibilities and so on. Now, LinkedIn has this part of easy apply. Now, this easy apply thing, now, for example, when you see this job, apart from the word save, okay, there is only what we call easy apply, okay? Now, you don't have any other way to apply for this job apart from using the easy apply, because some of them will include the email addresses down here, but this one doesn't include. So the easy apply it does is when you click on easy apply, this is what it will bring. So it says contact information, Samuel Ibanda, finance manager specialist at Save the Children. It puts whatever included is what it is sending, okay? And I'll say next. And then it ask me to upload my resume. Now, resume is your CV, okay? So I'll maybe come here and say, upload my resume. I'll input my resume. Maybe Samuel Ibanda resume, whatever I can use, since this is just to show you, okay? Resume. So maybe use that, okay? So I'll click on it and it is right there, okay? It says upload resume. So this is what is right there. So I may want to add a resume, okay? And then it asks me to review, okay? It asks me to review. So it basically asking me to review what I'm sharing. So this is what the information that the other person will see. Will see my contact, okay? As you can see. Then down here, it will now show my resume, okay? And then this is just for a crossover to stay updated with their job and so on. So this is as simplistic as it is. And after that, definitely to ask me to submit application. That alone. So I can say submit application. So the application has gone. Said your application was sent to crossover for work, okay? It tells me to earn a badge. I think somebody asked about a badge. Now, and I said badges, you can get the badges by taking LinkedIn assessments, okay? So LinkedIn, after applying LinkedIn, it tells me earn a skills badge and tells me take assessment. This may take you 15 minutes. Asks me which assessment I want to take, okay? If I want to take Excel, it will take me to the assessment and it will start right away. Now, why these assessments are sometimes also good if you're searching for a job is because they put you in the rankings that you actually have this skill from. You've included it under your skills, but when you actually do the assessment, it makes it increases on the, let's say, your profile grows in simple ways. Okay, so that is something that is important for you. So that is a question that they asked about badges. I think I've commented that. Ivan says, thank you so much, coach. Michelle says, how can I get more connections? I send them, but at times the other party doesn't approve my connection request. And what are the sort of people I should be connecting with to be able to get the job? Now, when you try to connect with people, like I said, connect. What makes other people interested in your profile or to connect with you is how your profile is also built up, okay? And also just from, for example, if somebody sees your connection request, okay? The first thing they want to look at is, how is this person? For example, if this is my network, okay? And I want to submit connection requests. Now, if these are respective people who want to connect with me, okay, who have sent me connection requests. Of course, if I see somebody like maybe somebody who is professional, and like I said, what attracts somebody to either connect with you is your photo and your title and the organization you work with, okay? If you include it there. Your name, your title, and the organization you work with. That is what makes other person attracted. So make sure that the headliner that you're putting and the way you professional, like I've just showed you, there are people who use even small letters for their names. Now, such a person is looked at as unserious. So even your photo should be 60%. The face should take 60% of the overall what? And that's why you see when you use a photo that is of like a normal photo, for example, this one used their photo, use the photo they used. And if you know these people, by the way, don't inform them that I criticize them. We are doing this for learning purposes. So if this person sends me a connection request, I'll ask myself, do I really need to connect with this person? Okay. Do I want to connect with them? And what is their title? Okay. So the people that you should connect with are of 3 categories. Okay. And these are the first categories that you should be looking out for. People who are ahead of you in your profession. Okay. For example, if you're an accountant or an auditor, look out for people who are less audit managers, finance directors, people who are in line of your career. Reason why is because usually those guys are the recruiting managers with the organizations, okay? If I'm a head of accounting in one organization I'm working for, I'll try to see, maybe I want a quick, you know, some people don't want to go through the whole process of recruiting because it takes a lot of time. So if I'm interested to recruit an accountant, I will just come to my feed, like my search here and search for accountants, just like the way I was searching. Now, the fields that would best come up, either my connections or people who have either checked out my profile or people who we have some relationship in one way or the other. Maybe we work together or we have some background, and also people who have the keywords that I'm looking out for, okay? So that is why you see, you need to connect with such people, okay? You need to be visible to them. Comment constructively on posts that are in your industry, okay? Make sure you also post to show people that you know these things. Not just be a person who consumes information on LinkedIn, but should also be able to provide more information that other people can actually pick from, okay? So that is what you can basically do. So people that are ahead of you, also people who are your peers, okay, at the same level are also key. You can connect with them. The other people are people who, let's say, the recruiters themselves, the HR, people in HR, okay, could be people that you can also connect with, okay? And also other people that you can also connect with basically are your mentors, people that you look up to, like people that inspire you. Connect with them, people who keep on posting things that, you know, every time you see somebody posting something that is constructive, click on LinkedIn, click connect to them, okay? Because you keep learning a lot of information from them every time you, let's say, every time you actually connect with them. If they keep on posting certain kind of information, then you're able to do what? You're able to learn from them. By the LinkedIn is not only just for connecting for jobs. There's a lot of learning from LinkedIn, okay? There's a lot of learning from LinkedIn. For example, if I want to get accounting posts, I can just put accounting and come and look for posts, okay? So you'll be able to get different posts that have things to do with accounting right there, okay? As you date posted, author of industry, and so on. And one of the things that also for you, there are jobs that will not pass through the job network, okay? By job network, I mean they don't pass through here this job option. Some people, I think you've seen some people post on LinkedIn that I'm looking for an accountant, okay? So usually they will post the word accountant in their posts, okay? So I'll just search for accountant and I'll come search for posts. As you can see, most of these posts, okay, I can try to increase the filters. Let me see. It asks me to past 24 hours or past week, okay? Like that. Let me just try to say, show search. So it shows me people who have posted about accountant. As you can see, most of these jobs that you actually see right here are people who are looking for accountants, okay? Either somebody is looking for an accountant, either the accountant themselves, they have just joined a new job that is of accountant and so on. So that is also another thing that you can do. Of course, you have to go through really the searches to really find what exactly you're actually looking out for. But LinkedIn is for learning, okay? LinkedIn is for learning. And there are many people that are posting great content about LinkedIn, okay? If I want to learn more about QuickBooks, what people are posting about QuickBooks, I can also just post it there, okay? I want QuickBooks and look for posts, okay? People who have posted about QuickBooks. I think you can see somebody was posting, I'm open to an accounting role as a bookkeeper, and they included QuickBooks as part of the keywords. And that is what happens with keywords when you including your post has keywords, your profile has keywords, and so on, okay? Yeah. Please share a recording. I hope I recorded the session. Susan says, great work. Thanks. I hope I've tried to include. Somebody says, I'm an aspiring auditor. Can I include that statement if I'm looking for a career upgrade? You can include aspiring auditor, okay? Yeah, or you can try to include, let's say, maybe audit professional, okay? You may not practice, but you're looking, that's the direction that you're taking, okay? Because when you include the word aspiring, may look like you may make somebody feel like you're still there, okay? May look at you like so much of a fresh graduate. Remember, this is like your CV. You want them to visit your profile, okay? You want them to visit your profile. So you can just include, let's say, audit professional. Based on your experience, okay, you may not have the experience, but you have the qualifications, okay? And your about section should be in that same line. You're looking for auditing and what sets you apart, why auditing, okay? So from your about section, you can maybe include and say, as maybe my profile, my experience has been sales, but I have developed interest because this is my qualification, and these are the skills I've gotten. I've done volunteering. Like, convince somebody, okay? Use your about section to really convince somebody towards recruiting you, okay? Yeah. Michelle also asked something to do with when applying for a LinkedIn job, should I tailor my CV for a job or standard CV plus your LinkedIn profile? Tailor your CV, okay? When you're applying, tailor your CV, but in the same way, you're going to see that the LinkedIn profile will also go with your CV, okay? But where you've sent your CV through, somebody will first give your CV attention, and they want also check out your profile as well. So your CV should not contradict with your profile, okay? Like, at least there should be a relationship, okay? There should be a relationship. And if you've applied for one job, maybe within a given month, it also doesn't cost you to adjust your LinkedIn at least somehow, somewhere, to make sure that it reflects you as a potential candidate, okay? Because immediately somebody receives in their emails who has applied, it will show the LinkedIn profile as well as the CV, okay? So somebody might want to check you out, okay? Susan asked about what is your specialized field of coaching? Is it only financial literacy or career strategy? Susan, basically, you can call me a life coach, okay? And my areas of interest or my areas of specialization is career growth, business, okay? As well as personal finance, okay? So, and I think you've seen my tagline. My tagline is, I help professionals grow, okay, what they earn as well as grow their wealth. So whatever we are doing is to help you basically earn more and grow your wealth, okay? So those are kind of my areas. Linda has raised up the hand. I'll give you a chance. Linda says, what if you're on level 2 of CPA? How do you include it on your profile? Include that within your education, okay? I think you can see LinkedIn has an education part, okay? You see here where there is certified public accountant, go to your education part and include it right here. Now, if you're looking for jobs that are around there, you can include it also in your summary here. And let's say I'm currently pursuing my CPA qualification. If you're on level 2, level 3 is a lower level. So you don't want to bias the person who is looking at your CV thinking you're not, just include you're currently pursuing your CPA qualification, okay? If you're in level 3 or level 4, you can say maybe I'm a finalist of the CPA qualification, but find a way to include it right there, okay? Yeah. It will be able to show up, okay? You can also include it here, maybe CPA, a CPA candidate, okay? Under your profile, depending, okay? Depending on what. Many people, some people keep on including it in different ways, okay? They keep including it different ways. As you can see, this one is Neon Brian Baches included CPA candidate in his profile. He included accounting professional. Like I said, the way you do as an auditor, just say audit professional, then maybe CPA candidate and so on. And as you move down, you're able to go through his profile. LinkedIn has a premium. You can actually pay LinkedIn and get that badge profile, the premium profile. But that should be something that really you should do at an advanced level. For example, myself, because I basically connect with clients much more, so I use LinkedIn more. It's part of my work, yeah. But if it's you who is searching for the job, you don't need this premium thing, okay? If you have the money, by the way, you can get the premium thing, because it's you pay an amount, I think an annual amount of money, and the benefits are not really that much, okay? Yeah. So it's like I've answered most of the questions, okay? Somebody says on job interview, somebody says what motivates your weaknesses and strengths. We're going to have a separate section for interviews, so we shall take that question to that point, okay? Yeah, so I have listed at least most of everything. So hey, somebody says talk about mine. I don't know, Perida, what yours is. Perida, LinkedIn seems to be having duplications and repeated things. Do you notice? I don't know what that you meant. Maybe. Okay. So Perida, I don't know if you wanted me to talk about your profile, but you indicated something here. So Pio says, thank you so much. Yeah. So I'll, okay, maybe same profile. Yeah, of course, linked, like I say, I've created my profile as well. Okay, I've created my profile. So it can, like about them, like in about then education experience, okay? Okay, I don't know if that is the repetition you're talking about, but, or maybe you want me to visit your profile. Maybe you can be able to reach out to me, Perida. You want me to visit your profile, okay? I think I'll do that. You try to update based on our interaction, then you can share with me the link, and then I can be able to critique your profile, okay, Perida, okay? Don't worry, we can have that separate conversation away from here, okay? So thanks so much for keeping this long. It's been a great discussion, us learning about our LinkedIn. You know, as a person who is positioning yourself for any opportunity that might come from anywhere, anyhow, you have to try out many, many alternatives. Be a person of options, by the way. Life is about having different options, okay? So that is why don't only limit yourself to only one platform, only your CV, and say, me, I'm not digital, I can't go for such things. And then you also say, me, I don't want to show off. People who are somewhere, you keep on showing off. Now, you know, the showing off is, you basically, they call it, you're trying to bang your own drum, like you're telling the other person what they should hear. You know, one of the quotes that I really love is that, okay, the quote says, if you don't say about yourself, people will find stories, okay, that they'll say about yourself, okay? So what are you portraying outside to the world matters a lot, okay? So make sure that whatever you portray to the world is, you put it to the world as a professional person. I believe some of you have never met me. We've never met, and I don't know if we may even meet, okay? But because you've seen me portray myself as a professional person, you've been able to trust me, okay? By the way, when it comes to online presence, is about two things. Somebody should like you, okay? Somebody should find something to like about you, and somebody should trust you, okay? By trusting you means that if they give you an opportunity, you should be able to actually execute. You should be able to do it. And what those two things, the liking and the interest, liking comes from the way the facial look, what somebody is able to see by their eyes, okay? As well as trust. Trust is about how professional you actually demonstrate it, okay? Those are the things that you should be looking out for. So thanks so much for everyone who has come through. And I hope this has been helpful. Just share with me your takeaway for the day. Takeaway, so I know what kind of things I should be able to keep emphasizing, or what are some of the things that you didn't know, especially even for my friends who already had LinkedIn profiles. I would love to know about the class. What is your takeaway? What you didn't know about? Yeah, something that's just so I can know you've been able to take out something. You know, it's not just about me coming here to speak for all the 2 hours. My objective is to help you learn, help you improve, and help you become a much better person. So like I indicated, we are going to meet again next week, okay? Next week, that is Wednesday and Thursday. I understand that some of you are actually preparing for exams, okay? And you may have less time. Like I said, I have this recording, so just in case you miss out, you can be able to connect from the recording, okay? Yeah, so that is something that I just wanted to indicate to you. So thanks so much. Akankwasa, you joined in late. I'll share with you this. This is eye-opener, very great indeed. Yeah, I'm glad that you've been able to pick something. You know, it's sometimes we advertise these things and you're asking yourselves, what is exactly this person going to tell me that is new, okay? But some of these things improve on you, okay? For example, if I'm to come across a profile like this and I'm seeing this person is putting a cape, my first question is, this person, are they a creative? Are they in that area, okay? Even if somebody like this sends you a profile, yours is to first question yourself, okay? And see who is this person, okay? So some things you do them intentionally, okay, you do them like without any kind of putting in any kind of mind, but these things affect you, okay? It's just like the way your CV does affect the decision whether to be shortlisted or not. The LinkedIn profile also does very strongly, okay? Does very strongly. Even like I told you, some jobs will ask you for LinkedIn links to your LinkedIn profile, okay? So that's why it's important that you basically learn all these things, okay? So thanks so much, and I really wish you all the best in your careers as you try to position yourself for opportunities. And by the way, don't only just have a LinkedIn profile for when you're searching for the job. Throughout your professional life, have a LinkedIn profile that is active have a profession, keep yourself visible into other people. The recommendations may not be, by the way, may not be jobs. The recommendations can also be short-term consultancies, okay? I know some of you follow me from the other finance side of financial literacy, where I speak about side hustle, side businesses, and so on. You're not only looking for the job, you have a life, you have something extra that you want to show to the world, okay? So you can use LinkedIn as a ground to build this profile, okay? So that's very important for you to know that it's not just about that. And it's not only about, by the way, your LinkedIn. The fact that these days even people are on Facebook, people also look out on your Facebook to see, is this person serious, okay? I've actually had cases where somebody's recruiting and they are in a, okay, based on different roles, okay? They're in a mixed up, okay, not a mixed, but they want to see who is the candidate they should take on. And somebody says, let's check out their Facebook profile and see how do they act online, okay? And somebody goes and sees vulgar things that you've shared on your profile, your Facebook, and you don't think that anyone is searching, is looking out for your profile, okay? So personal branding is something very key, and I would encourage you that if you want to read more, you can try to just Google and say personal branding as a professional. You'll be able to get a lot of information that will help you become somebody who stand out, who will be able to attract opportunities. You never know, okay? You might get your dream job by just positioning yourself rightly. Like I've showed you some of the offers that have come my way. Have not been simplistic offers. They've been offers that are really, really worthy it. And it only started by me creating a good LinkedIn profile, okay? So I hope that is helpful, and I hope that inspires you to actually be intentional about the things that you're doing, and be intentional about how you portray yourself outside to the world, okay? Because you never know who is looking at your profile. You never know who is trying to search for who, okay? Yeah, so thanks so much, Perida. And thanks so much, everyone. I wish you all the best in everything that you're pursuing. So let's meet. Very hopeful. I look forward to updating my profile, okay? So thanks so much, and all the best. In case you have any questions, you can be able to ask me on WhatsApp, and we're able to answer you, okay? So wish you all the best.